Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today we're going to be working on the Tradition headband knitting pattern. And this one here, it's a cable lace stitch. It's a little different, and I probably tested like 5 different edges to use with this cable and different yarns, and this one was like the second one I did, and I ended up coming back to it because whenever I have it on, it really gives me what I'm looking for, and it really makes the cable pop having the reverse stockinette here. So it's a garter stitch on this side, and whenever you have it on, it lays flat, so don't worry about it. It will not curl whenever you're actually wearing it. Because it pulls it kind of tight. Oops. So it is a 16 row repeat. There's really three rows to learn. And then the 4th one would be the cable row. So it's actually really easy to knit. So I'm using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick with size 11 knitting needles. And you'll need a cable needle. I am on row 4, so I just started another repeat. So I'm going to slip this first stitch, oops, and bring that yarn. No, I'm not slipping. Talk about habits. I'm used to having an I-cord on all of, well, most of my headbands. I've kind of got addicted to this I-cord thing on the edges. So this one here does not have an I-cord, but there are 4 stitches for the edge, and then you have your 8 stitches for the center, and then 4 stitches for the edge again. So we'll start over. This first stitch here is knit 1 through the back loop. So we're not going in this way. We're going to go through this back inside and knit. And then we're going to purl 3 stitches. This is our reverse stockinette here. And then we're going to start on our lace stitches. So we're going to knit this first stitch, yarn over, and then we're going to slip, slip, knit. So if we slip 1 stitch, slip 1 stitch, and then knit together. So to me, that was kind of the hard way of doing it. I'll show you how to do it, how I like doing it. So here's knit 2 stitches, yarn over, and instead of slip, slip, knit, I kind of knit 2 together through the back loops. So I go inside both of those stitches, and then I wrap that yarn around and I pull it through. So I might change that in the pattern. Instead of slip, slip, knit 2 together through the back loops, because I think that's just so much easier. And then you're going to knit that last stitch there for the cable, and then we're going to purl 3 for a reverse stockinette, and then we're going to knit through the back loop. So that was row 4. And now we're going to do row 5, which is all odd rows. So it's reverse stockinette on the edges, and then purl stitches in the center. So with the yarn in the front, I'm going to slip 1 purlwise, bring that yarn forward, and knit 3 stitches for a reverse stockinette. And then purl these 4 stitches here where our lace cable section is. And 3 reverse stockinette with the yarn in the front, slip 1 purlwise. So that gives us this nice edge here, an elongated knit stitch. And like I said, it does curl, but whenever you have it on, it won't curl. a little tangled there. So row 6 is another lace stitch. I'm not slipping that stitch. We're going to knit 1 through the back loop and purl 3. So we're going to knit this first stitch, and then we're going to knit 2 together and then yarn over. So on the previous row, we did the yarn over and then a right leaning decrease. And this time we did the yarn or the right leaning decrease, and now we're going to do a yarn over and then knit 2. We're going to knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, and reverse stocking knit stitch. So on the knit row, we're going to knit into the back loop. So on all even rows, we knit through the back loop, and all purl rows, we slip that stitch. Oh. See, I was all tangled up. I had too much unwound. All right, untangled. Now I'm just going to go ahead, if you bear with me, on row 8 with the yarn forward, and then I'll get to row 9, which is going to be our cable. But we need to knit this row anyways. So we're going to purl all these stitches, middle. Knit 1, knit 2, knit 3, and this is the wrong side of our work, so with the yarn in front, we're going to slip that last stitch. Try to memorize patterns as much as I possibly can, so I don't have to read my paper. Row 8 is long-winded, so we're going to knit 1 through the back loop, oops, and try not to lose that stitch. And then we're going to purl 3 for our reverse stocking knit. And this is where we have our cable. Now I do recommend having, so I have a small, it actually has 3 different sizes, but my other one I'm using it. So I think this is the medium one, but you do want a little bit smaller needle because it's kind of hard. I have a hard time because stitches get really tight, getting them worked off that cable needle. So we're going to hold that in the back of our work, and from our left hand needle, we're going to knit 1, and then we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to do our slip slip knit, aka knit 2 together through the back loop. And then we're going to knit that last stitch. So if you notice, you have this lace in the 2 stitches, and you have a knit stitch in the first and the last. And it's the same way on the other side. The first and last stitch are knit stitches, and the 2 in the center are the lace stitches. So working from this, see, that's just really kind of tight. So we're going to knit that first stitch, yarn over, and then we're going to knit 2 together through the back loop. And see how I'm using my finger to really hold that so I don't lose that stitch. Because it's just really tight. All right, and then we can purl these 4 stitches. And we're on the front side of our work, so we're going to knit through the back loop to elongate that stitch. I hope you guys enjoyed this stitch, and I will see you guys again next time. Thank you so much for watching.